the curtain that wasn't there. A woman named Mara found the drawing inside an old sketchbook at a flea market. There was no artist's name, only a date written at the bottom. 03/30/23. She liked the strange patterns and brought it home. That night, she hung the drawing above her desk. At 2:13 a.m., she woke up. She heard fabric moving. She looked toward the window. The real curtains were completely still. Then she looked at the drawing. One of the black lines had moved. Mara stared. Another line slowly curled downward. Then another. The entire drawing seemed to breathe. She leaned closer. That was when she noticed the little clusters hidden between the lines. She thought they were flowers. They weren't. They were faces. Hundreds of tiny faces, all squeezed between the folds, all looking outward, all awake. Mara dropped the sketchbook. The drawing hit the floor. Nothing happened. So she laughed nervously and told herself she was imagining things. Then she heard a whisper. From the drawing, "Pull them open." Mara froze. There was no one in the room. "Pull the curtains open." She didn't touch it. Instead, she covered the drawing with a towel. The whisper stopped for a few minutes. Then something underneath the towel began scratching. Slowly, scratch, scratch, scratch. Mara grabbed the towel and threw it away. The drawing had changed. The curtains in the picture were now parted slightly. Behind them was a darkness that hadn't existed before, and something was standing inside it. Something tall, something impossibly thin. Mara could only see its eyes, two pale circles between the black lines. She backed away. The thing inside the drawing smiled. Then it whispered, "Thank you for opening it." Mara screamed. She grabbed the sketchbook and tore the page out. The moment the paper ripped, the lights went out. In the darkness, she heard fabric sliding across the floor. Not paper, not ink, fabric. Something cold brushed against her ankle. She ran to the door, but the hallway was gone. Instead, there was a wall covered in the same endless black lines. Mara began pulling at them. Behind the lines were more faces. Some were crying, some were screaming, and one of them looked exactly like her. It pressed its face against the paper. Then it mouthed 4 words.
"Don't let them close."
Mara didn't understand until she heard footsteps behind her. She slowly turned. The thing from the drawing was no longer inside the drawing. It stood in her bedroom, tall, thin, wrapped in layers of living black lines. And behind it, hundreds of faces were pushing through the folds. The creature raised one long finger to its lips.
"Quiet.
Then it smiled.
They're sleeping."
Mara looked toward the window. The curtains were moving, but there was no wind. They were breathing in, out, and with every breath, the room became darker. The last thing Mara saw was a hand emerging from the folds. A human hand. Her hand reaching back toward her. The police found Mara's apartment 3 days later. There was no sign of her, no broken door, no blood, no struggle. Only the sketchbook lying neatly on the desk. The drawing had changed again. The curtains were completely closed. And somewhere between the thousands of black lines was a new face. Mara's face. Her eyes were open, and beneath her picture, someone had written. She finally learned how to close them. So if you ever find an old drawing covered in endless, tangled lines, don't stare at it too long, don't tear it, And whatever you do, don't pull the curtains open, because sometimes the thing behind the curtain isn't waiting to come out. It's waiting for you to come in. If you enjoyed the story, hit that like button before something behind your curtains does it for you. And remember, new creepy stories every Tuesday. Until then, keep your doors locked, your lights on. And for goodness sake, don't stare at the curtains. See you in the dark, weirdos.